When you pick up a cold soda can or look at the gleaming wing of an airplane, you're seeing aluminum, a metal that's everywhere in our modern world. It's light, shiny, and incredibly useful. But have you ever wondered where aluminum actually comes from? The answer might surprise you. Despite its bright silvery appearance, aluminum starts its life in a form that looks nothing like the finished product we use every day. In fact, it begins as a reddish-brown, muddy rock that you might not even notice if you saw it on the ground. This humble rock is called bauxite. It's the world's main source of aluminum, and it's found in many countries around the globe, from Australia to Brazil to West Africa. Bauxite might look unremarkable, but it holds a hidden treasure inside. At first glance, bauxite looks dirty and dull. Its surface is rough, often coated in mud, and its color ranges from deep red to brown, sometimes with hints of yellow or gray. If you picked up a piece, you'd probably never guess that it contains the metal that makes up your soda can, or the foil in your kitchen. But hidden inside this ordinary-looking rock is one of the most important and useful metals in the world: aluminum. It's almost like nature's secret, waiting to be unlocked by human ingenuity and science. Bauxite is usually found just beneath the Earth's surface, often in shallow layers. This makes it relatively easy to mine compared to other minerals that are buried deep underground. In some places, you can even see bauxite deposits exposed after heavy rains wash away the topsoil. Because aluminum is in such high demand, people dig up bauxite in huge amounts. Massive mining operations use powerful machines to scoop up tons of this rock every day. Trucks and conveyor belts carry it away to be processed, starting its transformation from a dull stone to a gleaming metal. If you placed a chunk of bauxite next to a shiny piece of aluminum, you'd probably never believe they were connected. The transformation is so dramatic that it almost seems like magic. But it's not magic, it's science and technology at work. This is truly one of nature's great surprises. Who would have thought that something so ordinary and overlooked could be the starting point for one of the world's most versatile metals? The journey from bauxite rock to shiny aluminum metal is long and full of fascinating science. It involves crushing, washing, chemical reactions, and high temperatures. Each step brings us closer to unlocking the pure aluminum hidden inside the rock. So, let's follow this incredible journey step by step. We'll see how a dirty, unremarkable rock is transformed into the aluminum we use every day, in cans, airplanes, cars, and so much more. Get ready to discover the amazing science behind one of the world's most surprising metals. Aluminum is everywhere. If you look around your home, your office, or even out on the street, you'll spot it almost instantly. It's one of those materials that quietly supports our modern lives, often without us even noticing. From the moment you wake up and grab a can of soda, to the time you cook dinner using pots and pans, aluminum is right there with you, making things easier, lighter, and more efficient. It's in the foil you wrap your sandwich in, keeping your food fresh and protected. That shiny sheet in your kitchen drawer is more than just a convenience. It's a marvel of modern engineering, thin yet incredibly strong, able to withstand heat and cold, and perfect for storing leftovers or baking treats. It's in cars, airplanes, bikes, and even your smartphone. Aluminum's unique combination of lightness and strength makes it the material of choice for vehicles and gadgets. It helps cars go faster and use less fuel, allows airplanes to soar high in the sky, and keeps your phone both sleek and durable. Even the skyscrapers that define our cities often rely on aluminum for their shiny exteriors and sturdy frames. This metal is light, strong, and does not rust easily. Unlike iron, which can corrode and weaken over time, aluminum forms a natural protective layer that keeps it looking new and performing well for years. Its low weight means it's easy to transport and shape, while its strength ensures it can handle tough jobs, from holding up bridges to protecting your electronics. That's what makes it so useful for so many things. You'll find aluminum in sports equipment, medical devices, solar panels, and even in the packaging that keeps your favorite snacks fresh. Its versatility is unmatched, and it's constantly finding new roles in our ever-changing world. But aluminum wasn't always easy to get. In fact, for most of human history, people didn't even know it existed. The metal is locked away inside a rock called bauxite, and for centuries, extracting it was a mystery that puzzled scientists and inventors alike. For a long time, people didn't know how to take it out of bauxite. The process was complicated and expensive, requiring rare chemicals and lots of energy. Only the wealthiest could afford even a small piece of pure aluminum, making it a true luxury. It was once more valuable than gold. In the 1800s, aluminum was so rare that it was displayed alongside precious metals in royal collections. Napoleon III of France even had a set of aluminum cutlery reserved for his most honored guests, while everyone else had to settle for gold. Now, thanks to science, we use it every day. Breakthroughs in chemistry and engineering made it possible to produce aluminum cheaply and in large quantities. Today, factories around the world turn bauxite into aluminum, making it available for everyone, everywhere. What makes aluminum extra special is that it can be recycled again and again. Unlike many materials that lose quality each time they're reused, aluminum can be melted down and shaped into new products without ever losing its strength or shine. Recycling aluminum saves huge amounts of energy, up to 95% compared to making new metal from ore. It keeps its strength and never wears out. That means the soda can you recycle today could become part of an airplane, a bicycle, or even another can in just a few months. This endless cycle makes aluminum one of the most sustainable materials on the planet. That's why people call it a green metal. Its ability to be reused over and over again, combined with its lightweight and durability, helps reduce waste and protect our environment. Choosing aluminum products and recycling them is a simple way we can all help make the world a little greener. The story of aluminum is the story of how science can turn something common into something amazing. From a hidden element in a humble rock to a metal that shapes our modern world, aluminum's journey is a testament to human curiosity, ingenuity, and our ongoing quest to build a better future. Bauxite is found in warm places like Australia, Brazil, and Africa. The biggest mines are in Australia, which produces more bauxite than any other country. The red color comes from iron mixed in with the rock. To get bauxite, huge machines scrape it off the ground. Sometimes people must cut down trees to get to the bauxite underneath. After the mining is finished, companies often plant new trees to help the land recover. After digging up bauxite, it is loaded onto trucks and taken to factories. These factories are often close to the mines to save money and energy. The next step is to separate aluminum from all the other stuff inside the bauxite. When the bauxite arrives at the factory, it is full of lumps and dirt. The first thing workers do is crush it into small pieces. Then, big machines grind these pieces into a fine powder. This makes it easier to take out the aluminum later. Crushing and grinding are noisy jobs. The machines are huge and powerful. They turn hard rocks into a soft, reddish powder in just a few minutes. This powder is still not aluminum, but it is ready for the next step. This step is important because it prepares the bauxite for a chemical bath called the Bayer process. Without crushing and grinding, the chemicals would not be able to reach the aluminum inside the rock. The Bayer process is, the main way to get aluminum out of bauxite. Bauxite is a reddish rock, and it's actually the world's primary source of aluminum. You'll find huge deposits of it in places like Australia, Guinea, and Brazil. Mining companies extract this ore from the earth, often using massive excavators and trucks to haul away tons of rock every day. But the real magic happens after the bauxite leaves the mine and heads to the refinery. First, the bauxite is crushed into a fine powder, almost like sand. This increases the surface area, making it easier for the next steps. The powdered bauxite is then mixed with hot water and a chemical called caustic soda, also known as sodium hydroxide. This mixture is carefully measured and poured into huge industrial tanks, where the real transformation begins. Inside these enormous tanks, the mixture is heated to temperatures as high as 250 degrees Celsius, or about 480 degrees Fahrenheit. The heat and caustic soda work together to break down the bauxite. The process is carefully controlled, with engineers monitoring temperature and pressure to make sure everything goes smoothly. The caustic soda acts like a powerful solvent. It reacts with the aluminum compounds in the bauxite, dissolving them and separating them from the other minerals. You can almost imagine the aluminum part of the rock melting away, leaving behind the unwanted materials. This chemical reaction is what makes the Bayer process so effective at extracting aluminum. After several hours of heating and mixing, a new substance begins to form. This is called aluminum hydroxide. It starts out as tiny crystals suspended in the liquid, but as the process continues, these crystals grow and settle out of the solution. The result is a thick, white slurry that looks a bit like wet chalk or soft mud. The aluminum hydroxide slowly settles to the bottom of the tank, forming a layer of soft white mud. This settling process can take several hours, and it's crucial for separating the valuable aluminum compounds from the rest of the mixture. The clear liquid above is carefully drained away, leaving behind the concentrated aluminum hydroxide. But not everything in the bauxite is useful. The leftover material, known as red mud, contains iron oxides and other impurities. This red mud is separated from the aluminum hydroxide and transported to special storage areas. Managing this waste is a big environmental challenge for the industry, since red mud can be caustic and needs to be handled with care. Now, the aluminum hydroxide isn't metal just yet. It's still a chemical compound, and it needs to be purified even further. The next step is to wash and filter the aluminum hydroxide to remove any remaining impurities. Then, it's spread out on trays or moved through drying machines to remove as much water as possible. Once it's dry, the aluminum hydroxide is heated again, this time in rotary kilns or giant furnaces that reach temperatures over 1,000 degrees Celsius. This intense heat causes the aluminum hydroxide to break down, releasing water vapor and leaving behind a fine white powder called alumina. This powder is almost pure aluminum oxide, and it's the key ingredient for making aluminum metal. The alumina powder is collected and stored, ready for the next stage of the journey. It's incredibly pure and looks a bit like baking flour, but it's actually one of the most important industrial materials in the world. From here, it will be transformed into the shiny, lightweight metal we all know as aluminum. But hey, getting the pure shiny metal out of this powder takes even more science. The next step is called electrolysis, and it's a whole new chapter in the story of aluminum. For now, just remember, turning rock into powder is the first big leap in making the metal that shapes our modern world. Now comes the most exciting step. The white alumina powder is put into large pots filled with melted salt called cryolite. When a huge electric current is passed through the mixture, a miracle happens. The electricity breaks up the alumina into pure aluminum and oxygen. This step is called the Hall-Héroult process. It uses a lot of electricity, so much that aluminum factories are often built near power plants or dams. The pure aluminum sinks to the bottom of the pot as a silvery liquid, while the oxygen bubbles away. Without electricity, it would be almost impossible to get aluminum metal. That's why aluminum was once so rare and expensive. Thanks to the Hall-Héroult process, we can make lots of aluminum quickly and safely. The aluminum that comes out of the pots is hot and liquid, like shiny lava. It must be cleaned before use. Workers remove any dirt or bits of other metals by skimming the surface. Sometimes special gases are bubbled through the liquid to take out unwanted stuff. Next, the molten aluminum is poured into molds to cool and harden. It can be shaped into big blocks, thin sheets, or long rods. These shapes are called ingots, slabs, or billets. Later, factories melt these again to make cans, car parts, and more. This step is where aluminum truly becomes useful. From here it can be rolled, pressed, or stretched into almost any shape you can imagine. The possibilities are endless. One of the best things about aluminum is how easy it is to recycle. Old cans, foil, and parts can be melted down and made into new products. Recycling aluminum saves a lot of energy. Only 5% of the energy used to make new aluminum from bauxite. Every time you recycle an aluminum can, you help save natural resources. Less bauxite needs to be mined and less electricity is used. That's good for the earth and for people too. In fact, most of the aluminum ever made is still in use today, thanks to recycling. So next time you finish a soda, remember, that can could be back on the shelf in just a few weeks. The story of aluminum is the story of science, teamwork, and creativity. It begins as a dirty red rock called bauxite. Through crushing, grinding, and chemical magic, that rock becomes a fine white powder. With the help of electricity, it turns into shiny, useful metal. People shape this metal into things we use every day, from airplanes to kitchen foil, and thanks to recycling, aluminum can be used over and over, never losing its special shine or strength. So next time you spot something made of aluminum, think about its amazing journey. From red rock to shiny metal, it's a story of how science turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. Isn't that cool?